Hello bass family, and welcome to another video, Everything Bass with Dale Titus. Today we're doing Technical Development Unit 1. I love technical exercises. I always have. I love the process of working on my technique. I know some instructors think it's not as valuable as just getting out there and playing, and that's that's their approach. I think every teacher likes to teach the way they've learned. And I was fortunate enough to have teachers that would really help me develop my technique. So I'd play, and I could play long hours without hurting myself and not have some of the hand issues that some people unfortunately struggle with. But I'm also really big on wanting to develop every finger on the fretting hand. A lot of my students, and it's not a fault of their own. Maybe they come to me after just learning on their own. They'll be dominant with like 2 fingers. They won't think about using every finger. And they're there, so let's do it. Now I should say they're there, but if you're also someone who's missing a finger, we can adapt it. Just let me know, message below, or email me at dtitus@daletitus.com. When I was a bass counselor at Musicians Institute, my job was to help students graduate, to make sure that they got through the program. And a lot of the students were missing fingers, so we would work together to figure out how to adjust technical exercises, how to adjust techniques so they could still do whatever was being asked of them. So I'm available to you as a resource if that's you. Now, assuming you have all the fingers on your fretting hand, let's get into this one. Now, once again, I'm going to say this at the beginning. If you're a subscriber to Everything Bass with Dale Titus, you have access to download PDFs of all the material. So this was exercise 1, Technique Development Unit 1. And let's go through with it. This one is a geometric exercise. What I mean by that, it's not harmonic in a way where it deals with one key. It's not diatonic. It's really meant to use every finger on your fretting hand. Simply enough, and this is one I showed students who are brand new to the instrument, but it's simple. You're just going to play one. Index finger is going to carry the 1st fret on the E string, then middle finger, 2nd fret, ring finger, 3rd fret, pinky, the 4th fret. I know that you might say, oh, I've got such small hands. You'd be amazed at how the size of the hands of some of the players that play 6-string fretless, like flawlessly. You can learn to get a stretch. Your fingers can stretch out, but you have to understand it's going to take some time. What I'd rather you do, there's a couple options. If your fingers can't really comfortably stretch out to play 1, 2, 3, 4 down here, there's a couple choices. One is play and slide your hand. Go 1, then move, reposition your hand, 2, 3, 4. But don't let one finger play 2 frets. Always make sure 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. Even if you have to reposition your hands because you can't stretch, that's what I want. I don't want index finger, index finger, index finger, index finger, because that's not getting you anything. That's wasting your time. You're not going to get better in where you need to get better. So when you've got that down, just move it to the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting frets. D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when we come back down, we're just going to do the same thing. So it's simply going ascending from the E string and then kind of doing the same exercise, but now going down to the E string. I kept the exercise ascending only, which means I didn't go backwards like this, just to focus on that. Just focus on shortening the string, getting clean notes. Let the notes bleed. Try not to dab the notes, which is, try to let the notes get long. Even if you have to reposition your hand, you can still make the notes long. Same thing coming down. Now, if you're really new to the bass, or this is a new concept, you never worked on every finger on your fretting hand, there's something that you may do, and it's totally understandable, which is you'll play the E string 1st fret, then you think you need to lift this finger. And I'm not sure the psychology of that. Maybe you think you get more power by lifting the finger, but it's the opposite. It makes it harder to play. Think about this. If I'm holding down the E string, that's pushing the string closer to the fingerboard. So when I play the middle finger down, it's got a very short distance to go to be played. Now, if you can do that and just leave the fingers down, I'm not pressing hard, I'm just not lifting them. You'll find it's a lot easier, especially when you get to your pinky, which traditionally for some people has been the weakest finger. But if you are already holding the string most of the way down, you'll see how the pinky will have a better success rate. Now that's one choice if you feel like, oh, I can't stretch that far, it's uncomfortable. The other choice is move it all the way up to the 12th fret. Now on my Warwick Dolphin bass, that's where my dolphins are. That's 12th fret. And you can do the same exercise there. Just, now you notice like the frets are like really close together, so it's quite easy to do. Don't stay there. You know, there's a concept we all have to agree on, and I'm including myself in this, when we're practicing, is we can't practice always what's easy. If we practice what's easy and comfortable, we're stagnant, we're not growing. We have to kind of get to what's a little uncomfortable, not painful, I don't want you hurting your hands, but one concept, and I'll probably do a video about this called progressive finger stretching in the future, but you can get a little, kind of sneak peek here, is when you get the muscle memory and everything looks good and you're playing well here and you can go ascending and descending, just move back a fret. See how just by moving back a fret, the frets slowly get farther apart and farther apart, and that will slowly get you to stretch. And only go as far as you think you can without having to reposition your hand, and call it a day. Then overnight, while you're not playing, your hand's kind of getting, adjusted to this new concept and, loosening up and limbering up. And then the next day, start off in the 12th fret, see if you can get a little farther down the neck. Again, don't play to the point of pain. That's not a good thing. It shouldn't hurt. Just play, and then when you feel like, oh, okay, I don't think I can get much more of a stretch, go on to other things and practice other things. Next day, come back to it, and given time, and not skipping too many days between practices, and you'll see that you'll actually start to be able to play down here. Because we all know the real money's down here. This is where you get paid. But it's really important to kind of get the entire bass together anyway. So if you're having problems with the stretch, work it up here. That'll help your melody playing and things, and then slowly work down there until the stretch works out. So that's a simple technique exercise. There's going to be a whole bunch of these. I love technical exercises. If it's not your bag, just skip these videos. That's okay. But if you're finding that you just not being able to play a song you're learning for your band and something's technically is kind of like tripping you up and you can't kind of get up to speed on it, try these exercises out, see if they help. One thing I do like to do is I start with no metronome. When I'm first learning a technique exercise, metronome is just an annoyance. Just learn it, memorize it, so you can play it, even if you have to slow down at times and then speed up when it feels more comfortable. Then if you do put a metronome or drum machine on, start at a really comfortable tempo, 60 beats per minute, 70 beats per minute. And then as you play it, one thing I do, especially if I'm getting ready for a clinic tour or a session I know is going to be very technical and I want to make sure my hands are all warmed up, I'll start at like 80 and I'll play and I'll do the exercise. And sometimes I'll go up and down like I taught you, go up a fret, up and down, go up a fret, and I just kind of move up the neck, and then I'll stop, turn up the metronome 10 beats, and I'll start again down here and go up, and then as long as I played well and I didn't have a lot of misfretted notes, then I'll speed it up. And that helps me kind of like get my precision down. It also gives me a little bit of a watermark to go, okay, well yesterday I got up to 120 and felt good, let me see if I can get to 130 today. So these are just some suggestions. I'll probably do some kind of overviewing video on how I practice technique, like using drum machines and things like that, if you think it'll help you guys. But right now, technique development 1, let's just get every finger working. Let's get every finger strong. Let's get that stretch going where you can not have to slide around so much. And I believe you'll be a much better player if you can play this cleanly and at various tempos. Okay, so what is today's encore item? That is, oh man, this is the perfect time for this. This is The Bassist's Guide to Injury Management, Prevention, and Better Health by Randall Kurtz. I knew Randall Kurtz as Randy Kurtz, and we are both students at the same time at Musicians Institute going through the bass department. He's a great bass player, But after leaving the school, he became a chiropractor. Yep, doctor of chiropractic medicine. And always in his mind, he had the idea like, I bet I can help players avoid certain injuries and be more healthy and have a longer playing life. All these things was a passion of his. And he set out and wrote this book. This book is widely available. I got this copy, well, actually, I think Randy gave me this copy. I bought his first copy there was a first earlier edition of this I bought off of Amazon, and I know this is available on Amazon. Or you can get it right from his site, Dr. Randall Kurtz. Read it. It's not a big read, but it has so many ideas and exercises. You will understand what causes some of the the common problems that bass players have: tendonitis, carpal tunnel, different impingements. How many times have you played a long night and then you have a really problem with your neck and back? A side note, he's also created some products, I believe some straps and some bases that are actually designed for so you can play more healthy and have a better experience. So this book is phenomenal, definitely worth whatever you pay for it if it allows you to play and practice for long periods of time and not injure yourself. So today's encore item, The Bassist Guide to Injury Management, Prevention, and Better Health. It's a must read. If you're serious about playing bass, or even if you're a hobbyist, even if you're just a bar band, your paycheck is about you being able to play every time your band gets a gig. And this book will put that, definitely make that more possible for you. So I highly suggest it. So that's our first technical development exercise. There'll be many videos on these, and they're going to go for years, honestly, where I can do different combinations and do different challenges, things that hopefully expand your musicianship and your ability to externalize the music you hear inside you. So this is just a baby step towards that. Please, what really supports this channel so well is if you can hit the like on the video, if you can hit the subscribe and the bell notification so you're always told when I post a new video. That goes a long way. That really does help the health of this community that we're developing here. Secondly, if you want to get access to any of the written material or any other support material, go over to www.patreon.com, and my channel is called Everything Bass with Dale Titus. And if you become a monthly subscriber, you'll have access to all my curriculum. There'll be audio files on there. There's other things I have in the works that should be a lot of fun and give value to your subscription, because I do value it. I don't take it for granted. I'm going to be an aggressive content creator. I don't want to sit back and abuse the privilege that you guys honor me with. I will be active. And so the money that you guys do support the channel with will be reinvested in the channel. Better audio opportunities. It's going to allow me to do some interviews with some famous bass players and other things. So thank you so much for your support. It means everything to me. I love the bass community. I love being with it. I love everything bass. Have a great day.